Is there anything I can do?
Open sesame. Gotcha.
Police!
Your son broke into my house. I have no idea where he is.
Vigilante action's a good way to get your wig knocked off. What do you want?
For people to not be assholes. I'm not letting you shoot anyone. Anyone else.
That's a clip from I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, premiering this Friday on Netflix. Amongst others, starring as Tony, the one and only Elijah Wood, who I used to give big intros to. Now I want to give an intervention to. Because
by the way, that trailer sounds so intense.
It is.
I've never listened to just the audio. I've just watched the trailer, but it sounds like, I mean, it's actually a dark comedy, but the trailer makes it sound very intense.
It sounds like an action movie, right? But it's when you see the trailer, which I've witnessed some more of this. I started being concerned about Elijah. Like, what happened in his childhood? Did he get locked in a closet and people just poked at him? What happened? Because I've been on a tour. I've been watching all your films, all your indie movies, and I start realizing this real dark thread that's going on. Mm-hmm. What happened, man? Because when you watch this trailer, you know, and it sounds funny when she's like, "There'll be no more killing after this," and then you see a body with a blood leaking from the head.
Yeah.
And that excites you.
I love genre movies.
Yes.
I like movies that are a little fucked up, I guess. A little twisted. You know, the filmmaker that made this, the guy who wrote it, Macon Blair, he's in two movies. He's in a movie called Green Room and a movie called Blue Ruin, both directed by a guy called Jeremy Saulnier. And both of those movies are kind of gritty genre movies. And those tend to be the movies that I like to see. And I have a production company, so we also make those kinds of films. Yeah. It's not anything that happened in my childhood.
Okay.
But I mean, inherently, this film is a comedy. It's ultimately a dark comedy. It's very funny. It's a ridiculous idea. It's these two characters who kind of join forces to track down these people who burglarized Melanie Linsky, who plays Ruth, her house, and they go about trying to get the material, but they're not professional. They're not cops. They don't know how to do this. They're sort of, just going on instinct, and they get in way over their head, and it's actually really funny. It's not that dark.
No, okay. I would imagine, though, playing these roles, it seems like they're just much more like we try to find different ways every day how to challenge ourselves doing radio every day for years. And so, So one way I like to do it is by the guests that we bring on that people wouldn't normally think would be here. We just had Leighton Meester here. We had Famke Janssen here.
Oh, cool. Famke's awesome.
Yeah. I've known you since the MTV days, but I've always thought your work was different, unique in itself. So
thank you.
I would imagine do you pick roles based on that too? Like how they could challenge you and challenge your acting chops and push you into vulnerability? Or
I think I'm always looking for something different, something different than anything I've done. It's sort of a mix between that, which is, constantly trying to put myself into situations that are challenging or to play roles that I've not played before, mixed with a desire to work on just great material with filmmakers that I believe in, which comes from it's a gut feeling. You read something and you instantly have a sense of responding to it from a gut place and just wanting to be a part of, for me, great material and to facilitate the vision of a director who I believe in. Is kind of
yeah. Okay. All right. Elijah, we talked about gut, Heather. We were just talking about that.
We spoke about Instinct yesterday with G Herbo and going on a vibe. And why you laughing, DJ?
G Herbo is a rapper out of Chicago. Elijah, he's a 21-year-old rapper out of Chicago.
Elijah might know G Herbo.
I don't know.
DJ, we might.
He's an actor. I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you, Heather.
DJ, sorry.
All right. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and how important it is. The younger you can learn about it, the better, following that instinct. and that gut feeling. And we literally just had the conversation. So when you said that word, Sway and I looked at each other like, wow, you're right on point, just picking up from the conversation. And do you decide everything that way, with that instinct and with that gut?
Yeah, I don't have any plan. I don't think strategically. I don't think multiple moves ahead. I really don't know what's around the next bend, and I like that. I like not knowing what the future holds, and as a result, I just simply respond on instinct and feeling, and I just know if something feels right. It's a hard thing to describe, but I guess it's as simple as that. And I don't think your gut ever lets you down. It speaks relatively loudly. And for me, trying to decide a piece of material, whether that's something I want to invest in, it becomes very clear at that moment. It's just a feeling. Like, this just feels right.
Where does money come in then? Like, as far as the prioritization, I know it's
Sure.
not at the top, but has there ever been an instance where there's a film that's semi-okay, but the money is excellent? How do you handle that? And then maybe something that is great, but maybe certain bills won't get paid for the next 6 months.
I think the easiest way to answer that question is I don't know that I would, if given a choice between something that paid really well and was all right, and something that I loved but didn't pay as well that were happening at the same time, I would take the thing that didn't pay as well. Because I wouldn't want to miss the opportunity to be a part of something that I was more passionate about.
Got it.
At the end of the day, I do have to make a living, so that is a consideration. It kind of has to be. But for me, it's always, I lead with, maybe foolishly, I lead with creative enthusiasm and a gut response, with the hope that it all works out financially.
Was it like that when you were broke?
What's that?
When you were broke, did you feel the same way?
It's been so long, you didn't remember.
Elijah said, "What's that?"
That's not entirely true.
Nerve of you, Sway.
What's that? I beg your pardon?
Here's the thing. I've always said to myself that I would rather not work than work on things that I didn't believe in. So I'd rather do something else. Like, if tomorrow I couldn't work as an actor, I'd figure something else out. If I can't do the thing that I want to do in the way that I want to do it, it's not really worth it to me any other way. So, yeah. I don't know. I've always felt that way.
Elijah Wood, man. So I like this dude, man. He's always been a solid guy, man. Always been solid. We're going to open up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. Don't forget this Friday on Netflix, I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. You want to watch this one, Shay 45.
I think a lot of people don't feel at home in this world anymore.
Hope not. Sway in the morning. Elijah Wood is here. Man, we got a lot of people on the phone lines, man.
Oh,
okay,
shit.
yeah, let's go. All right, Joe from L.A. What up, Joe?
Big Joe, what's
Big
poppin'?
Joe.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, Joe?
Hey, Joe.
Pretty great. So, Elijah, I really loved Wilfred. I just wanted to ask you what it was like to make that show and what types of mental health issues really stemmed from that television show.
Wow, good question. It was a lot of fun making that show. We for like 4 years, we got to go to work for 3 months out of the year and have a giggle. It was ridiculous. It was a real privilege. Yeah, I mean, certainly for anyone who's seen it, it's obviously about someone who is not totally mentally sound. But it wasn't something that we ever discussed. I think it was important that it remain ambiguous. For me as an actor, I wasn't really drawing on anything specifically because, that character, we're seeing everything from his perspective. We're never seeing him be crazy. If anything, we're seeing moments of depression, which is probably the thing that I drew upon most. But in his worldview, he's fine-ish and kind of holding it together. So I never really, I suppose you could extrapolate and think that it might be schizophrenia on some level. He's certainly seeing something that isn't there. There's clearly not a man in a dog suit. It is a manifestation of his psyche. But we didn't really want to, we didn't want to delve into it too much because I think we all thought that by overly explaining it, it just sort of takes the ambiguity of the situation away, and maybe even some of the comedy. But it's certainly there,
Hey, man, that was a great question, Joe.
Yeah, I really appreciate that answer. especially with a lot of people dealing with issues like that today. I think that show just really highlights that.
Thanks, dude. It was really cool to hear over the years that show aired. People seem to identify with it in a profound way, which is a lovely thing because, at the end of the day, we were making a comedy show.
Yeah, yeah.
We were making a ridiculous comedy show about an asshole dog, who smoked pot with his best friend. So the fact that some of the work that we could do on that would resonate with people in a more profound way, especially in the mental health arena, was really a lovely benefit. It's really cool.
Joe, you're a citizen.
That's why in the morning.
I got a lot of dogs that smoke pot with their homies.
Come on.
It's not so far-fetched. Cost from Massachusetts. What up?
Yo, what's going on? Sway, Elijah, everyone, what's going on?
Hey, what's happening?
What's up? All right, so I got a good question for you guys here. This could kind of pertain to all you guys, but Elijah as well, you being an actor, and all you guys have acting experience. So as far as Netflix goes, so is the next generation going to be independent movies on Netflix? Is this where we're going to go down the road in the future?
I think we're seeing a really interesting change in the tide. The traditional method of financing and distributing a film theatrically is not the only way to distribute something now or to get a movie made. Obviously there's VOD has existed for a while, but it used to be back in the 90s if something was released straight to DVD, it was a failure. Yeah. It was something that was dumped. And now that is not the case at all. Something can live only on a digital platform and garner the same kind of respect as something in a theatrical realm. And honestly, Netflix is kind of, they're shaking it up in the industry. I think they had 6 or 7 movies at Sundance this year that they financed that will live on their service. And they're taking risks and spending money on really interesting ideas that normally would have been relegated to the independent cinema. And 20 years ago, the studios would have been making. But the studios aren't making those movies because they're typically... they're sort of in the business of risk management. Yeah. They focus a lot on large sagas and sequels and films with pre-existing IP that have a built-in audience. It's a lot easier to invest in those movies because they know they can see a return. Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, these companies have a lot of money and they're willing to invest in great artists and young filmmakers. And our film was made by a guy called Macon Blair. He was an actor, but he'd never made a film yet. And they, believed in what he was trying to do and gave him the creative freedom to do that. So I fucking love Netflix.
Yeah. Netflix the bomb.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think, a lot of us watch movies at home anyway now. If I could have a theatrical release for this film, it'd be great because it just feels like you still want to see a movie in a theater. But at the end of the day, we're day and date release worldwide, so millions of people can see this movie around the world that otherwise probably wouldn't have. So, in terms of actual viewership, we're getting in front of a lot more people, and that's a great thing.
And y'all worldwide. That's good.
Yeah.
You don't have to be worldwide. I don't think on Netflix, right?
Not all their films, but I'm not quite sure because they do different models for different things.
Countries.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood is here, man. Before you go, last time you were here, we always prepare something special for you. We go into the lab and really try to dig up some great stuff to trip you up live on air. So this morning we got a game and it's called
The Ultimate Trivia Game.
All right.
Your favorite movie, your favorite album, your favorite whatever. This is the Ultimate Trivia Game. Right now, on Sway in the morning.
You lose. Good day, sir.
Nice, Willy Wonka.
You like that, right?
Okay, you got that
Rest
one?
in peace, Gene
You
Wilder.
lose.
Yeah. All right. Now, last time you were here, we did a little music trivia, and a lot of people were like, I took it easy on you, okay? So I decided to do something custom-made for you. It has to do with soundtracks. Are you ready?
Soundtracks, great. Okay.
Okay. First question. Long before starring alongside you in Lord of the Rings, Sean Astin played Mikey in The Goonies. What popular artist made the hit?
Cyndi Lauper. The Goonies are good enough. It's a great song.
That was a warm-up. That was a gimme. That was a gimme. I just wanted to,
what was the question?
I just wanted to let him flex his muscles.
It's when they're all riding their bikes, like getting on the journey.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah. Question number 2. You had a small role in Back to the Future Part 2. Huey Lewis appeared in the first movie and on the soundtrack with the hit song The Power of Love.
Yeah.
What other band also appears in the trilogy and has a song on the soundtrack?
Ooh.
Would you like options, or you think you that good?
No, I'd like some options.
Okay. Van Halen, Hall & Oates, ZZ Top, or Billy Idol?
I don't even know that one.
Wow, wasn't it Van Halen?
Wrong.
Come on, man. Don't be mean, DB. He's our guest. He's our guest.
He wanted to show off.
All right,
Wait, no. Who was it?
It was ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
Yep.
Do you know what song it was?
It was called Shit.
I don't believe.
I didn't put that part. I didn't get that answer.
Yo, how'd he flip it and you got his quiz wrong?
Was it in the first film? Or
It was in part 3.
In part 3.
Yeah.
And I've spent less time with part 3 than the other 2 movies. I watched the first 2 movies a lot, but part 3,
Okay.
a lot of people love that movie. It's not my favorite of the 3.
DB being mean to Elijah. What's happening?
He's our guest, DB.
Yes,
All right, do another one.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yo, take him down, Elijah.
All right.
This is not. All right.
Number 3. I know that you're a fan of horror movies. What rap group collaborated with Freddy Krueger to make the song Are You Ready for Freddy? Was the theme for A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. The Fat Boys, Run DMC, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, or Salt and Pepper?
Fat Boys.
You're correct.
But DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince did Nightmare on My Street.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, he's showing off.
Which used to scare me at the time because I was 7 years old when that record came out.
And at the end, Freddie would like come in and be like,
"Oh yeah," and he kills
Jeff.
He kills Jeff.
Kill Jeff.
Jeff always
answer, man, answer.
He always getting
You
at
gotta wake up. Don't go to sleep.
Showing off.
And Jeff.
So good.
All right. Number 4.
We got the bass line right there.
You're a Smashing Pumpkins fan. Their song Drown appeared on the soundtrack for the 1992 film Singles. Which of their albums was out at that time? Was it Gish, Siamese Dream, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, or Adore?
Gish.
You are correct.
1992, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Let's just pull out right now. Tap out. One more? All right.
Wow.
Yeah, Elijah.
And we know you're a DJ.
Yep.
So what famous DJ appeared in Iron Man 2 spinning a house party for Tony Starks? Was it A-Track, Diplo, DJ AM, or Qbert?
Wouldn't it be cool if it was Qbert?
It would be cool if it was Qbert.
It wasn't Qbert. I think it was A-Track.
It was AM.
Oh, AM. Okay.
AM.
It was
okay.
AM.
Yeah.
I knew it was an A. All right, but that's pretty damn
Qbert
good.
would have been cool.
Qbert, bro, man. Qbert for those
Have
who
you
don't
ever seen him play?
Well, I'm from the Bay, so yeah, I was there when he learned. Yes.
I saw him do a thing. He used to be the DJ for a proto metal band called Praxis with this guy called Bill Laswell, and he would be spinning. And I saw them at somewhere in LA, the Troubadour, I think. And he ended it totally rock and roll style, like pushed his turntables over and lit them on fire.
Oh my!
It was awesome. It was good.
Yo,
Wow.
that's probably. I don't know another turntable technician that's more advanced than what he's done with turntablism. I don't know.
Well, all of
What do you
those,
think,
all of
Wonder?
those invisible scratch pickles
Yeah,
are pretty
all
much
of
on the
them,
same level. But yeah, he's like inhuman.
What do you think?
No, he's the nicest at crabbing and drumming and stuff like that. I think he's the best. Yeah.
He's the best. Okay, thank you. DJ Wonder is here. Yeah, he sounds so enthusiastic about that. Shit. We like celebrating it. Invisible scratch pickles, most of them from the Bay.
Huh.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You're from the Bay Area?
That's right, Oakland, baby.
Awesome.
Stand up. All right, Elijah Wood, ladies and gentlemen. Add that to your wealth of trivia knowledge that, Sway is from Oakland.
By the way, I think I only got half of those right. So.
And I got one wrong too. So.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. So even, we're just gonna have to come back and do another game.
Gotta do another one because that's the first time I ever known anyone to prepare the contest and get the wrong answer all in one. That was, I don't know if that's ever happened. It's never happened with Jeopardy.
Go back to that?
I just thought I would bring it up. That's more trivia for Elijah. All right, I don't feel at home in this world anymore. Premiering this Friday on Netflix, bro. It's always good to see you.
We didn't get to talk about video games.
Well, only because Lord Sirius next, and then next time we have something more to talk
There
about.
you go.
There you go.
I know some trivia. Back to the Future 2. He was playing video games. Bong.
Boom.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so that makes up for your wrong answer.
Yeah.
All right, okay, good. Okay, we want to also thank Leighton Meester for coming by.
No doubt.
Check out her new project,
Making History on Fox.
March 5th from 8:30 p.m. And then Sid and her new album is called Finn. That's out now. Okay, and tomorrow's show we got a humdinger.
A humdinger? Okay.
What was it?
Okay.
She's going to be stopping by.
Who's that?
Melissa Rivers.
Melissa Rivers. We always love Melissa Rivers. I'm headed to Seattle. I'll be speaking at Amazon Music tomorrow.
Oh,
nice.
So if a lot of students are going to come by, King Tech and myself, we put together 4 different playlists for Black History Month and Music Month. So you can go to Amazon Music or go to Amazon.com, check out the playlist. You should check them out. And,
that sounds awesome.
And we tell stories in between each song, why we selected those songs and how songs impacted our lives. So I will be in Seattle tomorrow, but the crew will be holding it down. Heather, how can I reach you real quick? Bomb.
At the Happy Hour WHB Bomb.
Twitter, Instagram, at it's Tracy GITSRACYG.
It's really DB everywhere.
I am OQ on Instagram.
At DJ Wonder across the board.
Oh, at Elijah Wood.
Okay, I'm at Real
that what
Sway.
we're doing?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm at Real Sway across the board. Till tomorrow, we have nothing left to say.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.
Kilo.